And we're back.
I'm quite disappointed with the no SKT Zyra.
I know. I saw that and I was like, SKT Lee Sin. SK. Oh, just kidding. Never mind. That'd be pretty cool. But we'll see what happens here. Alright, so this is game 2 of the finals. 3Chainz just needs one more game to take it. They went ahead and took game 1 pretty convincingly, but we'll see how blue team responds right here. The Kayle Lulu Lee Sin seemed very, very strong. Lee Sin diving, and then he has all the support of Kayle and Lulu, but this time it's a Zyra. Lulu was banned out, and we're about to get underway here.
Let's see who will push faster with the Lissandra and the Zyra.
Yeah.
But Zyra's getting to lane faster, so...
Yeah, I think she's going to have a little bit of an edge. But I think what you'll see here is Lissandra actually stayed to give Shyvana a little bit of a head start. So even if Lissandra can't outpush the Zyra at the start, you're going to see Shyvana beat that Lee Sin pretty handedly. You're going to see a weird level 2 engagement with Lissandra and Shyvana pretty soon. Because she finishes that camp. Oh, they're about to finish at the same time, maybe, actually. Alright, so here they come. They're about to butt heads in the middle right here. And actually, Shyvana's going straight top. Kayle's a little bit overextended, and they see that. She's going to go in, put out some damage. Zin's going in. He's not level 2, so he only has his Q. He can't dash in. They need to get that level 2. Oh, and they forced the flash on Shyvana right there. Zyra's coming in, out-rotates that Lissandra too. And just like that, Purple Team already has a pretty good stronghold position-wise on this first game right here. And they're coming around for the gank bot. Lissandra knows. And they know that she knows. And she knows that they know that she knows. She goes out and throws a Q, but it missed, so they didn't get anything. Oh, he could go. He could. Oh!
Ooh.
He could have. He could have. But he didn't. And that could have been first blood. Safe play.
That's huge for Zyra, though, because he'll lose the CS.
And then look at the altar, too. Kayle waiting right at the relic at 3 minutes. That's when it spawns. Lee Sin going to take this altar, no problem. Zyra's going to go ahead and shove this bot. Lissandra's going to miss out of a little XP. They're going to take a few jungle camps. So even though they didn't get any kills, they got a crap ton out of that. Xin Zhao is stuck top. They got an altar. They got the enemy's jungle. They denied XP from a lot of people. And again, they're trying to force something here. Xin is level 3. They get the Q on him, and he's just going to go ahead and back away. Kayle hits level 3 right there, and they're out-rotating again. They have vision on this Shyvana. And already, we're only not even 4 minutes in, and there's a 3-man push top right here. That's pretty out there. Lissandra's right there waiting, and they do get vision. Zyra's just so good. And they get the slow. Oh, and Lee Sin goes. They get the W on him. He's still going to force in. He's trying to do as much damage.
Yep.
They Sonic Wave. He was waiting for that Xin Zhao to come in. And look at this. Just the zone control right here out of Purple Team is... I don't know what Blue Team's going to do.
I think this Zyra pick is doing wonders right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing the exact... They're going to get this early tower. We're going to see a 5-minute tower here. Shyvana and Lissandra come and try to stop this, but they did change the towers recently, and I think maybe the last patch or something. Oh, great W! They're going to get first blood on Kayle. Kayle goes down. A little bit overextended right there. They changed the way that the towers worked, I think, in a patch or two ago, where they made them more like the Summoner's Rift towers, where I think they're a little bit harder to take down. A few patches ago, the 3v3 towers were a little bit easier, so those 3-man pushes would actually pay off. But as you could see, that tower still a little bit... has still a little bit of health right there. I think they just kind of overextended there, and they pay for it with the early kill on Kayle. And this is going to make it a little bit difficult for Kayle up top, because Xin could probably all in her now. He has the level advantage. He has the CS advantage. He probably even has the 9M advantage right now. But if he wanted to, he could probably force something. But he doesn't have vision or know anything about where Lee Sin is right now. He also doesn't know where Zyra is because those minions are pushing to the tower. But as soon as he sees Lee Sin... Oh, he's not going to see Lee Sin. He's going to see Zyra down there, but... Probably could have forced him. Just playing safe top, but he does have a little bit of an advantage top right now. But interesting, interesting. What a crazy start.
Yeah, that was. I think it was just kind of a little disrespect because yes, they had a fantastic early game, but they just stayed way too long.
Yeah, I think they overestimated how much of an early lead that they got right there. And they're going in on Kale again, and she's going to get picked off one more time. So Kale's down 0-2. I definitely think they realized what was going wrong last game. They needed to focus on Kale more, get a little bit more early pressure on her. And boy, have they done that this game so far. And they're look at this. They're going to go for a pick in this jungle right here. Maybe. No, they're maybe.
Kale's weakness in both this and Summer's Rift that she really doesn't have any escapes, and her flash is on.
And also too with them camping her, she's going to be behind in levels too. So at about level 6, blue team wants to force a fight. They could probably even force a fight on this altar. They're kind of waiting for someone to come bot so they can pick them off. But Zyra's already rotated. Oh, they're going to catch. Oh, Siobhan is outside the bush. Oh, they go in anyway. Zyra's immediately forced to flash. Kale's nowhere to be found. They're going to get the knockup on Zyra. She throws down some plants. They could turn around and focus Lee Sin right here. But they want to go in and turn on Kale.
Oh, no.
Zin's pretty low. Kale's running away. Zin's caught in open space against Elisa, and that could be either a very good thing or a very bad thing. And he's getting closed in. He doesn't know that Kale's around the other side. He is as good as gone. And, alright, good pickup by purple team right there. Shyvana going in. Where is she? Lissandra's not there. She's trying to bait out the Lee Sin so Lissandra can take something. She uses the dragon. Oh, no! Oh! And they turn it around.
That was such...
And now
Shyvana should have ulted immediately. Because that's so much MR that she could have just taken it. Because she got chunked a little bit right beforehand.
Holy crap. What a great way to turn that around. I think that Shyvana went in to try and bait out the Lee Sin to come in so Lissandra could E over that wall and snipe the kill. But she ended up dying for it. And then Lee Sin with a great Q snipe on Lissandra and goes in. And just like that, it's even 3-3. And Kale, who did you need the kills on the most? Kale was 2 deaths, and now she has got 2 kills. So she's right back in it.
Wow.
What a great turnaround.
That's what we call a huge throw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you have to give credit too, just with Lee Sin right there. He was making his plays. He forced Zen into that Vilemaw pit, and they didn't have vision on Kale, so.
That isolation was perfect.
Yeah.
The collapse.
Yeah.
But I think they should have just taken their losses, just let Zen die, and then just back off.
Yeah. That Shyvana forcing something that maybe they didn't need to force, but. And then Lissandra's going to sneak into that top brush right there with her E. I don't think you can see that through the bush. So they don't know where Lissandra is right now. And he's going to go in. And they freeze her right at the start. Kale going to get picked off again. Great little gank right there by Lissandra. She's so good in threes because she can literally go over a lot of the terrain that you would normally think. Oh, we see Shyvana going in, picks up the kill on Zyra.
That's the power of Shyvana right there, is just the fact that once you get that E on you, that % damage just shreds you.
Yeah.
And then that was a really good flash over the Dragon Wolf.
Yeah. And they're going to deny a little bit of the XP in the bottom lane. Kale's going to try and soak some of that up. They do get the altar. They should be able to get double altar here. Because the one closest to their own base is currently being held by purple team, but they should be able to take it.
We're seeing a close game, though.
Yeah, much closer than the last one. They've definitely come out with the answer to Kale so far, which is just kind of ganked the crap out of her. And then red team responds, too, with a great play up by the Vilemaw area. We'll see what happens. I think it's still really close. I think Kale is kind of far behind right now, but she's still up there in level. She's up there in farm. She's going to get more and more difficult to deal with throughout the game, and it looks like they're going to try and catch Lissandra right here, but she goes in and checks it with her Q, knows that there's no one there.
Lissandra's doing a really good job farming, too. She's the top of the game right now.
Yeah. Shyvana doing pretty well too. They want to contest this altar. Kale's going in, and they're immediately backing away. They see Lissandra's farming in the bottom right there.
Nice kick.
And he goes in, and he flashes and kicks back. They're going to be able to take that Shyvana. And great ultimate on Lee Sin right before Lissandra could come in. Zyra's right there. Can she throw out the damage? Oh, Zyra's kind of slow. Oh, the flash! And they should be able to clean up Zyra too with one Zin. Yes! They pick it up. No problem. Zyra's
Great team fight by blue team.
Yeah, Zyra's a little bit slow coming around the edge right there. Couldn't really dish out the damage that she needed to. Maybe it was cooldowns. Maybe it was something. But great turnaround by blue team right there.
Yeah. She saved it, I think.
Yeah. She probably could have just put that over the wall, and that might have changed the outcome of that team fight. But that was so close for both teams. Great fight by blue team. Still pretty close though. In terms of gold, only about a 2,000 gold lead right now for blue team. They're up 4 kills.
The saving grace for the purple team that every time they force an objective, their lanes are always pushed up.
Yeah. Sandra's a monster right now, farming pretty easily. And look at that, she's already rushed the Wooglets. So even if you focus her, she's going to be able to take out one person on the enemy team, and then if you try and focus her, she doesn't have to use the ult on herself. She can just use Wooglets and make herself invulnerable. Kale's coming in for a little bit of invade. Lee Sin's following. They want to catch someone out right here, but they can see that there's no one top lane. So Kale's going to push that out real quick, so then they can force something in the jungle. Zyra's pushing bottom his lane. They'll probably group here in just a minute, right? And
oh, here comes the top push.
Yep, here comes the top push. They want to get that tower. They should be able to get it because they had it low from before. And do they want to fight something here? I don't think they do. They should just back away from this. They don't want to fight this right now.
I think purple team does have the better team fight just because of the zone control with Zyra.
They just have to not get picked is the only thing. I think Lee Sin has to build a little bit tankier. Kale has to get a really good ultimate, and Zyra has to be a little bit further back. They're trying to force something right here. Shyvana's going. She has her ultimate. She goes in, forces the Zyra flash early. They use the ult right there. They're going to be able to...
Nice.
And then the ultimate goes down. And look at the damage right there. They're able to turn this route. Kale's trying to do as much as she can, but Zin with his timeout doing a lot of AoE damage. And the plant and the Wooglets right there.
Oh, no.
Oh, she picks it up, but Zin's coming around. Oh, and just like that, the ace. So still another close team fight. With that Zyra getting her flash forced out early. Just with the Shyvana ultimate, I don't think she needed a flash that early. I think she should have waited for Lissandra and Zin to make their presence known in the fight before we used that so early.
I agree, and she had a 3-man pop-up. Like, it was a great ult.
Yeah, she had a great ult and everything. It's just the AoE damage coming out of Lissandra and Zin. Zin's 7-1 right now.
Also, Kale stayed in melee range for Zin. Like, she didn't really kite back or anything, so she took all of that damage.
Yeah.
She still has flash up, too, so I think if she flashed just kind of that little damage, it would make that difference to kill them all, I think.
Yeah, I bet purple team really wish they had an exhaust right now. They're going to try and go in on this Lissandra. She can E out pretty safely. Lee Sin misses his E right there. Don't go in. Okay, there we go.
With those plants, look at that.
Yeah, they do. They do a little bit of damage. She actually rushed the Rylai's, which I think is an interesting pickup as your first item on Zyra. I definitely think she wants to get the health just because of the dive-heavy team, blue team, but we'll see what she builds next. Probably a Wooglets. That'll definitely help them in teamfights. Great kick by Lee Sin to force the recall, or to stop the recall. And they might rush a Vialmal here. All the lanes are... Well, not all the lanes are pushed. I think blue team should be a little bit suspicious. If you look at where the minions are pushed in the bottom lane, and there's no one there to farm it, and no one's been there for a while, they have to be suspicious.
Great play.
And that's what they needed. They needed to get back in the game somehow. That's a good start. And they might try and go for a pick here.
Sneaky, sneaky bush.
Yeah, but it looks like they just want to recall. Purple team has to be pretty wary right now just because they haven't seen any purple team member on the map in quite some time. And as you can see, they're a little bit scared to check any of the bushes just because they haven't seen anyone in a while. But Shyvana's going to go ahead and push top. Sandra's going to go ahead and push a lane, and then they're going to try and go for a jungle invade here. They want to make a play on the altar. They don't have either altar right now. And this is actually a deceptively this is the moment for purple team if they had one. They have both altars, so they have the 10% damage buff. And look at the great ultimate by Zyra. She's gonna get nothing. The great Wooglets right there. Zyra's still doing as much. Lee Sin's going in. That was perfect. You couldn't have asked for a better team fight. And oh man, Zyra's so slow, but
here comes the speed up with Kale too.
Yeah, she
missed up, so she had to flash that.
Yeah, she did get the flash. She's gonna be able to E out, but great team fight by purple team. What I was saying is, purple team had both altars, so they had a damage buff and they had Vile Maw. So every team fight edge that they could get in a fight, they actually got. So now, just like that, they're actually ahead in gold for the first time, even without being up in kills or anything like that. Kale picks up another double in that team fight, and she's starting to become a monster again. Even with those 5 deaths, she's still pretty scary to deal with. But great turnaround by purple team. They want to go for a pick here. I think blue team, I don't think they're going to fall for a fight right there. Shyvana is looking to farm because she wants to get her rage up for another.
Oh, nice E.
Yeah, good check right there. Kale's just gonna keep in their whole team pushed at that base though, so they have vision of them. But Kale's sitting on about 1,800 right now. I don't think they would win the next team fight unless she needs to go back and spend that money.
It looks like she's gonna get that hurricane next because with that dagger.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I don't know what else she would build out of that, but
I think it's perfect for this team too because once Zyra pops the 2 divers and
yeah, because
that's so much AOE.
Lissandra's going to be close to melee range too. She's going to be within range of the hurricane, just because she wants to go in and use a W and kind of just chain everyone in place right there. So I think that's a very, very smart early pickup. Just even as your just second item, she's going to be throwing out a lot of damage. Kind of delays the Wooglets that she wants to get, but she is Kale. She does have her ultimate. She wants to go in on this Zyra. Oh my gosh, the damage is pretty crazy. Already half health.
Yeah, there's the hurricane finish.
Yep, and this altar is it's still got about a minute before it's able to be taken. So they're not going to be able to make a play on the altar quite yet, but they're just kind of pushing all the lanes up, making blue team a little bit weary to go check the jungle. Even though they're up in kills and everything, they do know that they're behind in gold. And they're forcing something top. Shyvana takes a good...
Decent chunked so much of Shyvana's health.
Yeah, with that Hydra too, they should be able to... I don't know if they'll necessarily be able to get this tower, but they'll be able to...
That's some really good damage though. That's half right there.
Yeah. Kale still. I think it's interesting that Kale is the one that's showing herself every time. And look how quickly they're going to rotate. Blue team's going to try and run back, but I think they'll be able to get this turret, or at least get it to half, just like they did the other one. Blue team's reacting. They're about at their nexus turret right now, but they're going to try and force something. Lissandra might try and E in here. Shyvana might want to try and ult in. Good kick by Lee Sin, trying to get vision.
I think they're waiting for the altar too.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And Kale sitting on a lot of gold still, about another 1,000. She's probably going to go back pretty soon and get the Seeker's Arm Guard. Oh, she's caught in a bad spot right now. Oh, Zin! That was his opportunity. He needed to go in, but he didn't. And now they don't want to force this fight. Lee Sin's trying to go in. Shyvana's going in. Zyra's a little bit out of place. Lissandra's trying to catch her out of place. And Zyra's going to go ahead and solo Lissandra right there. And Lee Sin and Kale go ahead and take out Zin and Shyvana.
That's too easy.
Oh, what a great fight. Blue team kind of split up. They needed to stay together. They tried to do a 2v2 and a 1v1, and Zyra just had better positioning than Lissandra right there. Lissandra missed where she thought Zyra was going to be, and Zyra took advantage of that. And then Kale just shredded Shyvana and Xin Zhao right there. Lisa gave...
Kale's just so good at kiting. She just puts that one E, and once Xinjiao goes in, she can just Q him and just run back.
Yeah, and I don't
And
think
then, yeah.
they're going to try to end this right. I think they're going to go and get a quick Vial, go and recall. They're all sitting on a lot of gold right now, and then they'll probably just try and focus the bot lane here and try and win one more team fight and finish out the game. But wow, blue team had a lot of early advantages, but purple team's just been answering every single one of them.
I actually do not like the pickup on the Hydra with the Shyvana because I think her W can just clear fine.
Yeah.
It takes out kind of her advantages with being in dragon form and just tanking everything and doing a lot. So
Yeah, I think she might be doing it just trying to get a little bit faster clear in the jungle, although her clear is already pretty fast. And she has a Giant's Belt too. What's interesting is she still has a Hunter's Machete. I think she needs to sometime get rid of that because I think it's a little bit late to try and get Spirit of the Golem or whatever. But and she already has Merc Treads. I think she needs to sell that and get some Magic Resist with Kale and Zyra. Again, next to no Magic Resist on other than Merc Treads. Zin needs some Magic Resist too. He's trying to go in. He ults her into the wall. Oh yeah, Zyra's gonna go down.
Look at that. They have to waste all of their ults just to get one person. And here comes the yep.
Yeah.
That's not worth it. 1 for 1, wasting every ult you have.
Yeah, they didn't even get the tower either. The tower's still up. I think they were trying to get the pig so they could get the tower, but yeah, that's a little bit tough. And again, they're going to try and focus this bottom lane. Shyvana needs to just recall right now. She's going to try and push top, but Lissandra cannot defend this against a Lee Sin and a Kale, who both have their ult, and they're going in. And that's that's right there. Shyvana needed to be there a little bit sooner. He's just going to tank a few tower shots, and then safeguard to Kale, and they should be able to take this even without minions. Yep. All right, so that's the second tower going down. They might be able to get this inhibitor too. Shyvana has a lot of health. Kale has a lot of health. I think the safer play is just to go back here, steal some jungle, extend your lead, maybe go back, get some items. Kale rushing a void staff, and still no one on the enemy team even has any bit of magic resist. So she just absolutely hurts right now.
I don't know how you stop Kale.
I mean, they tried. They focused her early, but just a few misplays on some of the team fights. The Zyra coming in and getting clutch ultimates kind of got her back into the game. But I think they tried to have the right answer by ganking her. Great
Nice
kick. And, yep, Zin's going to go down. They're going to get this inhibitor. Shyvana still, she needs to be with their team a little bit more often. I think she's just trying to push out super minions that were coming in. But I think this is going to be game right here on the next minion wave. They're going to try and clear this as fast as you can. You might even see some Zyra plants go down to help tank. And I think that's going to be game. Zin's not going to be up for about 20 seconds. Lissandra's going to try and gank someone up from the top of the well right here. Shyvana has her ultimate. She's going to try and knock away someone. And she goes in. They're going to try and get Kale. But the Kale ultimate goes down. There's the Shyvana ultimate. Kale's going to try and kill someone. The tower shot's going to be able to get him. And Shyvana's going to live. Barely.
That's a really good fight.
Good save. Good save. But still, you have super minions pouring in from both sides on the base now. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
See, that's what you need to do with the Lissandra ult. Just lock down Kale before she can ult. But the problem is they didn't have Xin to do that burst damage.
Yeah, they didn't have the burst to follow it up. You saw that it went down on her and everything. And then as soon as she came out, she was able to use her ult and throw out some damage and actually kill Lissandra right there. But
I think Kale could have played it better because she still has her flash up. So I think she flashed out of tower range or just kind of just distanced herself. She could have ended the fight easier.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Purple team spending a lot of their gold. Kale finally picking up that Seeker's Arm Guard. Going to go for Wooglets as their 4th item. She's pretty far ahead, even with 6 deaths. I think, yep, she has the most gold in the game out of anyone. So finally a good pickup right there. Zyra has her boots, which I think was much needed. She's very, very slow. Even with boots. She's also got her Seeker's Arm Guard. She's going to be going for a Wooglets. And then Lee Sin, I really, really like the Overlord's Blood Mail, I think is what it's called. It gives him the tankiness that he needs, and they're going to get a catch on Shyvana right here. Can she land the roots? They do. She goes ahead and ults out of it. Kale's trying to go, and Lee Sin's still just doing the damage. Can Lissandra come in? Don't waste your E at the start. She goes and throws the Q, gets the W out. Zyra flash. Oh, they're going to be able to pick that up. Great. Lucas right there, and Zin's just sitting at the bottom, just forcing trying to just defend against super minions, but I think that's going to be game right there. Not much they can do. They picked off 2 right there. Another great game by a purple team. This one was much closer than some of the games that we've seen before. Blue team had a lot of early advantages, and purple team had a lot of good responses there. So purple team is going to take the win. And I think
congrats to 3 Chainz too.
yeah, they took the finals 2-0. Really good games in the finals.